2009, 2010 has been like probably the biggest 2 years of my career so far.
Okay.
Last summer in August, like around that time, I just released this project I did called Off the Wall, which was like, I remixed the whole Michael Jackson Off the Wall album.
Hi.
And I started on it in like March or April, before he passed. And like we had planned on putting it out on I think the date was like August 10th, which was the 30th anniversary of when it dropped.
Right.
And he passed in June, so
you didn't want to do
it. I didn't want to. It was already done by the time he had passed, but I didn't want to put it out like that. I wanted to stick to the schedule and do that. So we did that. The first single from that was a song called "Don't Stop." It was saying, "Well, don't stop till you get enough."
Okay.
That got on MTV Jam.
You gotta send that to me.
Yeah. Like, and it's all on my website and on YouTube and everything.
Okay.
So I did that. That got me in XXL for the Show and Prove column last August. Then I started working on, it was really supposed to be like a 3-project plan. I put out an EP called Lifestyles of the Young and Ignorant in May.
Okay.
And that was kind of like my, it was like my album that I had been working on like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I kind of just cut it down into 6-song form and put it out as an EP. And that was like my first completely original project that I put out. And that was May of last year.
Okay.
Then Off the Wall was, again, completely original. I put that out in August. So the third part of these 3 projects, like, and Off the Wall was supposed to be about my transition into, you know, making, like creating my own sound.
Okay.
So the next project was going to be my album, which is called Evolved. But after Mike passed, I went into this weird place, and like I started listening to Off the Wall again, you know, in January of last year. And then in like February, March, I had this idea. So from January until he passed, like every day I had been listening to this album, you know, like on a daily basis, just trying to find things, trying to find different angles, find places to sample, find ways to rework these songs. So like, I kind of got thrown off of my schedule, and at the time I kind of like withdrew myself from a lot of things and started working on this project I put out in May, which is called the Anti-Socialite.
Okay.
And the Anti-Socialite ended up being what Evolved was going to be. So now Evolved is going to be like a level beyond the Anti-Socialite. Okay. Now that I've kind of like figured the sound out, and it's been like a crazy year and a half. Like things have been going really well. I went to Southwest this year.
Okay.
Once, like, I'm about to do the A3C festival in Atlanta in October.
Everybody's going to ATL. Okay.
Working on CMJ, which is coming up in October. It's just a bunch of things going on. And shows and, you know, just working. A good friend of mine manages Curtis, J.O.
Oh, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've known J.O. for a long time, and he was always, you know, telling me he's working with this artist and he would let us hear the music. And I'm very like particular with people that I work with because I don't want to just throw someone on something and they don't fit. Okay. So it was always kind of in the works to do something with Curtis, but we never had a record that fit. Okay. And then all of a sudden, like Attention Whore, which was a song that was going to be on Evolved. Okay. I was like, yo, I wonder how it would sound if we do it on a hook. And we sent it to him, we sent it back, and it was like, yeah.
What inspires you? What brings you to, why do you do what you do?
It's always different.
Okay.
Like I don't have like one of those processes where I can say like I sit down with like Jamba Juice on my left-hand side and
no, you didn't say Jamba Juice.
And like a certain pair of headphones. You know, like my process isn't really like that. Like I tend to write a lot on the train. I don't know why. It's an odd thing. I think it's like it might just be because my BlackBerry doesn't have service, so I can't really be interrupted while I'm doing it. I'm always listening to music when I'm moving. Okay. But it's always different, and like really most of the time the song, like the track will be the inspiration. I'll try and figure out what the track is saying to me. Okay. But then there are times where I'll just have an idea, like yesterday, I was on my way home and I just came up with this idea for, I don't even know what it's gonna become, but I was like, yeah, I want to write something called intellectual masturbation. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I love it.
Like just about.
That's hot. No, yeah, you knew I would. Why would you know I would? Why? Because masturbation?
My time on the show is
really? Yeah. Get ready.
You
You
pick a
only
good day
get
to
started.
start. I can't write without one. Like I have to have a concept for anything that I do.
You have to have a concept or a beat. Like some
But even
kind
even when it's the beat, like you still gotta come up with the concept.
Okay.
Like I can't just. I mean, I could, but that would just be lyrical masturbation if I was sitting there writing with no overarching ideas.
So you're into Henry VIII? Are you like?
Yeah.
Are you into? Yeah.
I'm like I take certain inspirations from certain people. I don't want to like. Obviously, I'm inspired by some of the rappers I grew up watching and listening to. With
like who? Like
growing up, like I was a J dude. Like
okay.
Reasonable Doubt was like that was it.
Okay.
Illmatic, incredible. Ready to Die, incredible. Machiavelli, incredible. Doggy Style, incredible. Like there was so much good music as I was growing up. Like, you know, that's what made me start writing when I was younger. It was just like, yo, this dude Nas is like, I mean, I was like taking poetry in school when like Illmatic came out. So I'm like, alright, yo, I could listen to this and see if I write these things, what is this teacher gonna think about it? Who like loves Emily Dickinson and, you know, and Frost and whatnot. Like, let me see. And, you know, that then evolved into me writing and, you know, never really taking it seriously, but that was the beginning of it. But then, you know, aside from artistically, like artists that I look at, I also look at certain people and like, it wasn't really until the Tudors that I looked at Henry VIII in that way. I think it's just because of the way that they portrayed him in the show. Okay. You know, but you don't ever really see historical characters in their prime, like from eras that are not ours. Right. You know, like who knows what history is gonna say 200 years from now about dudes like Jay and dudes like Nas.
There is like division within New York.
I think certain people have it. I think they're the minority, but certain people have it.
Because I say that because when I got here and I just had conversations with people like label execs and stuff like that, they were saying that if you're not part of some type of clique of people who have the ability to get your stuff on these radio stations, then if you're not in somebody's circle, you get shut out.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Feels like it.
PNC Radio.fm, yo, we gonna listen to New York right
After
now.
all of the New York
conversation. We talking about New York, we gonna listen to New York right now. Give y'all a little music. We'll be back. Esso's gonna go in, we're gonna go freestyle.
Yeah. Alright. Turn the lights down, exhale your smoke out. Pour whatever you drinking, we about to zone out. First things first, the hate never bothers me. Too many white blood cells run in my arteries. I'm immune, probably in 10 June or whatever the couches feel most like my room. I'm comfortable everywhere that I go, cause every time I go out I see somebody I know. And I've rehearsed it enough, this is the show, so run tell that to everybody you know. This Esso V2.0, the next generation like the new iPhone, or my new BlackBerry Bold 9700. I live my life in control B in case you wondered. I'm always trying to outdo myself. These other niggas need the Apple Q they selves. How much does one have to prove they self? But shit, I'm still trying to improve myself. I find ways to amuse myself and find success without having to lose myself. Cause the fame ain't always worth the price, but I'm married to this shit, the drums throwing rice. I got a gambler spirit, I throw the dice, cost too much, not too, caution is overpriced. The marathon's on, I'm running like a Kenyan, and all of y'all doubt is just fueling my engine. Off the wall was the perfect transition, the brand's intact, I'm properly repositioned. I'm like a classic car after rebuilding. All I need is a new transmission PNC radio when we emitting. They say that I'm shitting, but not bullshitting.
Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.